Morning, everyone. Yes, it's so good to see everyone this morning. Thank you so much, Tendai. I think this platform is very important for us. You know, we've come from all parts of the world, and now we're here in the UK, and we're in a territory that maybe some of us might not understand from where we came from. So to understand money in this context of where we are, I think it's a vital platform, and I just want to thank you for creating this platform. Today, I'm going to be talking about financial crime in 2023, largely talking about who is trying to rob you. So who is trying to take money out of your pockets? Whether it could be a fraudster, might even be the government sometimes. But yeah, who is trying to rob you in 2023? In summary, I'll talk about the importance of money to us, the evolution of financial crime over the years, the challenges we face in the modern era, and how we can protect ourselves. So first and foremost, I'll talk about the importance of money to us. We all wake up in the morning and we all wake up at night to go to work. So money is vital to us. Money is important to us. And while it's that important to us, we have to find ways to protect this money. We have to find ways to protect that money that we've earned from the people that are trying to rob it away from us. So this is very important, and I just want to thank the lady who was saying that there's a business, and you can grow your money. These are the platforms that we need. So up next, I'll go to the evolution of financial crime. So financial crime has developed it's always been there. Even during Jesus' time, for those that are biblical scholars, there were people that were robbers, there were people that were stealing. There's the pre-modern era. This is the ancient times until the 19th century, where financial crime existed. I mean, during this period, people used to do counterfeiting of coins, illegal gambling, and basic forms of fraud. But things were already starting to happen. In the Industrial Revolution, again, there was the emergence of new levels of financial crime where financial stock schemes were happening. Things like embezzlement, money laundering was starting to creep up. So it's been there. And then in the 20th century, this is from the 1900s onwards, this saw a significant increase in the sophistication of financial crime as there were new global markets. There was now stock exchange. People were now starting to trade stocks. And there was now electronic banking that was being facilitated. So fraud and embezzlement was happening. And this saw the emergence of organized crime syndicates. This is the time where you actually started to see the mafia in Italy, gangs in Mexico, and all sorts of places, other countries. And then now, going to where we are now, this is now the digital age. And the digital age comes with its own complications, much as it comes with a lot of advancement. So where we are now, we've got the computers, the internet, which is, it's revolutionized the financial sector. Everything is on the internet now. Everything is web-based. And our transactions, just by the click of our phone, you can just send your money to China, and you just wait for your things to be shipped at your doorstep. That's how advanced we are. So it's an interesting time for those that are criminals, because they can find ways to just move your money while you think you've sent it to China. They can reroute it to Russia. They can reroute it to other territories that you don't know, and you're waiting for your product. Your product doesn't arrive. Maybe you've bought on a website that was a duped website. So there are websites that can they can remake a website to look like it's real. And then you think you're getting your product, but you won't. Your money is gone. So this is happening. This is where we are now. I remember 2 days ago, I was trying to buy something for my daughter, and I was just sitting on the sofa, bang, bang, bang. There's this new Temu. I'm not advocating for Temu. I'm not being paid at all by Tim. But yeah, it's a very, very cheap stuff. And just click, click, Apple Pay, bah, bah, money is gone, China. And now I'm waiting for my product. So maybe I've been duped. I don't know. But moving on. So the challenges we face today, again, I'm just going to outline the different challenges that we have now. We've got identity theft. So someone can pretend to be you. They can pretend to, they get your details, they get unauthorized access to your personal information. This could be your NI number, your bank details, credit card information, and they use it to open new accounts. And they start operating as Blessing Chinanga, and they do whatever they do. They move their money. Normally, this is used by people that are trying to launder money into the UK or into low-risk countries like the UK. So they do this to move funds that are criminal funds. They move these funds here, and then they maybe get a mortgage, they buy houses, they try to wash their money that's been found from criminal gangs, basically. And then there's phishing. Some people call it pishing. I don't think that's, yeah, but phishing is, I'm sure all of you have ever received, I mean, you might have, telling you that you've earned, you've received, you're going to receive money in the sum of $3 million or 3 million pounds. And you think, wow, this is my lucky day. And yeah, this is when they're trying to get your details. So normally you probably be talking to a guy in Lagos who's sitting in some internet cafe somewhere, and they're just basically trying to get details off you. This could be your bank details, because they'll say that we'll send the money to your bank details, and from there, once they have those details, you start to see money coming out, and you're wondering, where is my money going? But that's what's happened. There's also ransomware. Again, just an encryption where someone gets details through your files. Online scams, I'm sure most of us have gone through. I've seen someone that has been from nowhere. They send a message on Facebook. They're saying, I'm stranded, I need some money. I need 50 pounds, I need 100 pounds. And they send it to all the contacts that person has. And then from nowhere, people start to send, because these are your friends, right? That they play upon that vulnerability, that you're vulnerable to your friends. So anyone you have on Facebook, could be your aunt, if she gets her details taken away, she'll send a message to you on Facebook and say, look, I'm stranded, my car is broken down, blah, blah, blah. There's always a problem. They always present some sort of problem. And then from there, you think that, you want to help your aunt. So you send the money without questioning. So this is what happens because you're vulnerable. It's your aunt. So you send the money without questioning. And before you know it, your aunt is sending a message to the whole family saying, hey, my Facebook account has been hacked. But you've already sent the money. It could be 50 pounds. It could be 1,000 pounds in some instances. So just watch out for that. Moving on, there's data breaches. I'll just run through these. Social engineering, cryptocurrency scams. I mean, these are growing. This is a very big topic in this modern day age, where most of us are looking for an extra money, an extra dollar, an extra pound. Whether it's dollars, pounds, whatever it is, you just want money. And crypto it's an alternative form. For those that don't know, it's an alternative form of currency. It's run by a system called blockchain, on a blockchain system. And basically, it's alternative coins that have been created that really don't have any value except for the people that demand it. So for example, Bitcoin itself doesn't have any value, but because we place value on Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin then rises. So the value rises according to our demand as a people. So cryptocurrency scams have become an alternative form because, again, it's unregulated. It's an unregulated territory. So the government, they're trying to tax it. They can't tax it because they can't find you. It's all online. It's unregulated. So yeah, cryptocurrency for like scams are something to really look into nowadays, and just watch out for schemes that come up and are telling you exorbitant returns. So they could say you earn a 50% return. It's something to watch out for because those returns come with risks, high risk, high return. But most of the time, you have to be militant. You have to be vigilant because you have to do your own due diligence. Ask around who else has done it. Don't be the first one to do it. Don't take that risk because you will lose your money, and you'll be an example to everyone else. So, yeah. There's also money laundering. Money laundering is basically criminals that try to wash their money. There's this series called Ozark. It really shows the height of money laundering and how money can actually be moved. Yeah, it's very interesting. Account takeovers, online auction, market fraud, and again, Ponzi schemes. I think Ponzi schemes somehow, some of us have been involved where you're thinking that, you're a marketer, you're marketing something, but you're part of a Ponzi scheme. You don't know. Because how will you know it? Because these guys present themselves as the next best thing, and you want to make money. You genuinely want to make money. But you're down the chain, you're getting people involved, you're getting everyone, your family, everyone, and it's, we all can relate, right? Like, yeah. I can feel the pain. Yeah, yeah, So yeah, Ponzi schemes, I think, are very popular in this room. So yeah, let's watch out for these. But I think I don't need to warn you about these ones. I think you guys will be fine. I'll move on. I just wanted to talk about the psychological reasons why we are vulnerable to fraud. Right. In 2014, Stanford University, which is the Center of Fraud, they did a report called The True Impact of Fraud. And they were basically trying to outline why are people susceptible to fraud? Why are people vulnerable to fraud? And these are some of the things that, that they outlined. I am in no way saying any one of us is going through this, by the way, but these are some of the things that make us vulnerable to fraud. High depression and low social needs and fulfillment were significant predictors. What they were basically looking at, they were saying that, when you're in an emotional state where you're not thinking straight, you're not thinking like you normally would, and you're depressed. It could be the death of a family member. It could be maybe a broken relationship, It could be something that just triggered your depression. What they were basically saying is that in that moment, if someone comes up and presents something that triggers or, plays along with your emotions, you're highly susceptible to fraud. So my suggestion there, and this is what I always say to even customers and people that I interact with, is when you're in a place where it's kind of dark, because we all go through it, and you're not thinking straight, you're not emotionally stable, that is the worst time for you to get involved in any sort of financial commitment, any sort of financial presentation that's been presented to you. I think it's time to just take a step back, get yourself better, and then get back to the proposals that you were receiving. Oh, we've got this proposal. Because we're always getting this. Well, in one form or another, like someone is presenting something to us. And some of the things are good. Some of the things are actually bad. They might not be the right decision for you in that time. Stress can cause people, again, just leading on to that, can cause people to choose a potential reward of a decision over the possible risks of ignoring negative or gut reactions. So sometimes your gut actually tells you that, look, I think you need to stop. What are you doing? But we go against it because you're thinking, you know what? This could be it. This is my time. This is my time. I need to do it, Yeah, but you're stressed, you've got bills that are piling up, you've got all these things that are happening. That is the worst time to make that decision. And fraudsters will come and they will present these things to you. And you will get yourself involved in a commitment that you normally wouldn't have been. Again, victims want, and by victims, I'm just talking about all of us. A too good to be true offers so much, like I had mentioned, high risk. You get a 80%. I remember one scheme that I was involved in. It was giving, I think, like 12% a day. Like 12% a day. By the end of the week, I was like 80%, right? And this money was coming in, and I was thinking, wow, and then from nowhere, just stopped. You can't withdraw. What? You can't take your money. What? You start thinking about all these things and you're thinking, oh man, okay, let me just add some more. Let me just pump a little bit more and I'll wait for it to, because they always present something, right? So when it's too good to be true, again, just take a step back. A lack of awareness as well is also another reason. The Bible says that my people perish because of a lack of knowledge. So sometimes when something is presented before you that you yourself don't have any technical skills, you've got no knowledge about something, do your own due diligence. Speak to people that are involved in that industry. Send it to a lawyer, send something. We've all got like peers that are either a lawyer or some sort of in the industry, maybe an engineer, do your own due diligence and send it to someone that might know about that topic. Say, look, I've got this deal that's coming up. Should I get involved in this? Do I need to get involved in this? Do I have the skills? Ask the right questions. Because all we see is just the return. But we have to think about that in a very ruthless manner, because it's your money. You wake up every morning to actually work. So you have to be ruthless. Naivety is also another reason where we're so naive, we're so quick to jump on something, quick to again, this is my time, No. Just do your own due diligence. Take your time to actually understand, Again, prevention is better than cure. So to protect ourselves, we should practice good cybersecurity hygiene and be cautious about sharing personal information online. Just make sure that the website that you're using is the one. Things like that. Like, just make sure that wherever you're buying something, that's actually the website. Make sure the app that you're buying from is actually the app. Is it the Temu app or it's maybe the Temu.2? So again, and seek knowledge, like I mentioned before, seek knowledge from peers within our networks. We all have good networks. We all have peers that are either doing something in that industry. Like I said, maybe a lawyer. Just get a lawyer to look at certain things. Regularly monitor your financial accounts for any suspicious activity. Look at your bank statement. Sometimes when the money is not there, you don't want to look at that statement, right? But just look, because someone might have taken even more. So just look. Stay informed about common scams and fraud tactics that are happening. just constantly look up. And again, using reputable software and keeping up to date can also provide an extra layer of protection. I think that is the end of my presentation. But I just want to leave with just a Bible verse that I read this morning, and I think it summarized how I just wanted to end the presentation. So Proverbs 1 verse 4 to 7 says that the prudent may be given to the naive or inexperienced, and knowledge and discretion to the youth. The wise will hear and increase in their learning, and then the person of understanding will acquire wise counsel and skill to steer his course wisely and lead others to the truth. To understand a proverb and figure of speech or an enigma in its interpretation, the words of the wise and the riddles. Basically, I think this verse goes on to talk about, on top of wisdom, get understanding. So we're here to understand money, but also here to understand about the people that are trying to take money away from us. So get wisdom, but let's also get understanding. Thank you, guys.